मनु मुकुर सुधारी, बरनौ रघुबर विमल जसु, जो दायक फलचारी।
बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके,
सुमिरौ पवन कुमार, बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि, हरहु कलेश विकार। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर, जय कपीस तिहु लोक उजागर। रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा, अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा। महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी, कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी। कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा, कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा।
हाथ वज्र और
ध्वजा विराजे, कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साजे। शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन, तेज प्रताप महाजगबंदन।
विद्यावान
गुणी अति चातुर, राम काज करिबे को आतुर। रघुचरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया,
राम लखन सीता
मन बसिया। सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा, विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा। भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे, रामचंद्र के काज समारे। लायस जीवन लखन जियाए, श्री रघुवीर हरषि उर लाए। रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बढ़ाई, तुम मम प्रिय भरतहि सम भाई। सहस बदन तुमरो जस गावे,
हस कहि
श्रीपति कंठ लगावे। सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा, नारद सारद सहित अहिसा। यम कुबेर दिगपाल जहाते, कवि कोविद कहि सके कहाते। तुम उपकार सुग्रीवहि कीना, राम मिलाय राजपद दीना। तुमरो मंत्र विभीषण माना, लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना।
जुग सहस्र जो
जन पर भानु, लील्यो ताहि मधुर फल जानु। प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माहि, जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाहि। दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते, सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हरे देते। राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे, होतन आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे। सब सुख लहे तुम्हारी सरना, तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना। आपन तेज समारो आपे,
तीनों
लोक हाकते कापे। भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे, महावीर जब नाम सुनावे। नासै रोग हरै सब पीरा, जपत निरंतर हनुमत बीरा। संकट से हनुमान छुड़ावे, मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे। सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा, तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा। और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे,
सोई अमित
जीवन फल पावे। चारों जुग परताप तुम्हारा, है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा। साधु संत के तुम रखवारे, असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे। अष्ट सिद्धि नवनिधि के दाता, पीरा, जो सुमिरै हनुमत बलबीरा। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई। जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई,
टूटहि बंधि महा
सुख होई। जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा, होय सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा। तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा, जय नाथ हृदय महडेरा। पवनतनय संकट हरन, मंगल मूर्ति रूप। राम लखन सीता सहित, हृदय बसहु सुर भूप। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय।
उमापति
महादेव की जय, बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय। श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। अष्ट सिद्धि नवनिधि के दाता, असबर दीन जानकी माता. This was the last Chaupayi we had seen. With the grace of Sita ji, Hanuman ji was blessed with ashta siddhi, 8 different forms of supernatural powers which he can bestow upon his devotees. First line says Hanuman ji can bestow, but where did Hanuman ji get it from? He got it from Sita ji. And we also saw the symbolic meaning of ashta siddhi. Anima means to become small in our opinions, not making anything as prestige issue. Mahima meant to become big, to take responsibility, to be decisive. Then was Garima. Garima was not getting tossed up in situations, challenges, having strong convictions in things. That was Garima. One Garima siddhi is to become heavy physically, but this is becoming heavy as far as our convictions are concerned. Trunavarta example was for that. Then was Laghima, to become light-hearted about our own self. That is a great siddhi to have. Prapti was somebody who was resourceful, go-getter. Whatever resources are there, with that is able to get the job done. Bhagwan's Leela, when he plays, he is reminding us. Bhagwan Rama fought the entire war without asking help from Ayodhya. He could have just asked Bharatji to send few people for a just cause. And Bharatji would have sent happily. But Bhagwan is having that siddhi of prapti. Bhagwan has all siddhis. He is just showing the siddhi of prapti. With whatever is available, with that he is able to bring out the best. Then Prakamya was somebody who was a creative thinker. Literal meaning of Prakamya is disappearing from somewhere, appearing somewhere else. But this person can creatively come out of difficulties and appear in that place where there is no difficulty. In his own life, you see that person at one point, you feel, oh my God, he is in so much of difficulty. You meet him again, he has used that siddhi of Prakamya. You see he has come out of that difficulty. Ishitvam and Vashitvam was to win over people through love. Quality of a good leader we had seen. That is why we had referenced that case study about the Taj Hotel, where the entire employee base, they were able to communicate the goal and the vision just through love, through care. Next, Chaupayi is very important one, talking about Rasa. What is Rasa? We will see. राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा, सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा। राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा. Hanuman ji, you have the secret to keep your mind in Bhagwan. What is chemistry called as in Hindi? Rasayan Shastra. If something is mixed in the right proportion and you are getting the right result, you see, that is Rasayan Shastra, where different rasas are coming together. This topic of rasa, it is so deep. It is as though a blueprint of our thoughts. Where will our mind go? Where will our body go? Is decided based upon what our rasa is. If you want to take Vedantic word for rasa, it is vasana. Very subtle, we cannot directly access it. It's unmanifest. But if that rasa comes for something, that person helplessly goes towards that thing. Now the good news is it can work both ways. If our rasa is for sattvic things, good things, in spite of all difficulties, we will find our way to that thing. If somebody gets rasa for going to a temple, they will drive 50 miles every Sunday to just go to that temple. If somebody gets rasa for playing a sport, no matter how much injury comes, they will still go and play that sport. That is how rasa works. It's a very deep facet of our personality. Now, if we have to bring this rasa to Bhagavan, or in something nobler, something sattvic, where should I start? Because rasa directly I cannot control, it is unmanifest. Whereas that rasa itself is the boss. It determines where my thoughts will go, where my actions will take me. So whenever that rasa manifests as a thought, we should be very alert and see whether that is a dharmic thought or adharmic thought. That is the only place where we can catch our vasanas. This privilege is not there for any other species other than human beings. If lion gets the instinct of pouncing and killing, lion doesn't have course correction mechanism. That is why lion doesn't get papa for killing. Cow eats only grass, but it is not eating it because grass is sattvic. That is how its mindset is, or Prakriti has made it to be that way. That is why they are called as Prakrutika Yoni. Prakriti decides how that jiva should progress. Whereas Manushya Yoni is where we have this choice. Every day we can exercise it, and step by step, drop by drop, all those good values can come to that sadhaka. Swami Vivekananda ji, he would give an example. He would say if there is a glass kept on a table and there is dirt on the table, and for some reason you are unable to access that dirt directly and clean it off, what can you do? Just keep pouring fresh water in that glass, it will overflow, it will cleanse that dirt. Like that, he would say those vasanas are like dirt, which you cannot directly access. But mind we have access to, thoughts we have access to, endorsing good thoughts and trying to remove erroneous thoughts. By doing this repeatedly, this sadhaka is able to get rasa for right things. Now apply this concept for everything. Even for study, if somebody has to get rasa there, means mind has to accept that this thing is valuable. Even if it doesn't want to do that thing, it should do it for a sufficiently long time. and more reverence comes in that subject, rasa comes in that topic. So Hanumanji is somebody who has rasa for the Lord. Rama rasayana tumhare pasa. The litmus test of rasa is, the day we don't get to do it, that day we feel very out of place, we feel very hollow from inside. How do we know whether we have rasa in sadhana or not? Look at your mind the day we miss sadhana. If it feels anxious, if it feels that it is missing out on something, that means the sadhaka has started getting rasa in sadhana. Any spiritual practice for that matter. Sada raho Raghupati ke dasa. Hanumanji is somebody who is always at the feet of Bhagwan in good times and challenging times. Devotion, that is what it demands. When everything is good, to be devoted to Bhagwan is one facet. But even in vipatti, even in difficulty, seeing Bhagwan's hand in it, rather seeing Bhagwan's grace in it, that is true test of devotion. Next two, we can chant together. तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे, अंतकाल रघुबरपुर जाई, जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई। तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे. The one who worships Hanuman ji, Bhagwan Rama is pleased with our worship to Hanuman ji. Hanuman ji is Bhagwan Rama's devotee. But Bhagwan doesn't get jealous because devotees are worshipping Hanuman ji. That is where I think Guruji has written this particular verse or somewhere else. Temple of Bhagwan Rama, Sita ji and Lakshman ji has to have Hanuman ji. But Hanuman ji's temple is independent. Means if you have Hanuman ji, Ram Parivar is already there. Tumhare bhajana Rama ko pave, janama janama ke dukha bisarave. The power of this devotion is such that whatever things might be bothering that sadhaka, Bhagwan's grace can remove all of that worry. Fortunately, Bhagwan has put a curtain on this janma. See, here it is said, janama janama ke dukha bisarave. If we have to remember the sorrow of all the lives, we will be miserable. He says, this life only you handle, that is good enough. Actually, there are yogic siddhis to remember past lives. If anybody is interested, Patanjali Yoga Sutra mentions techniques of remembering past life. Means you have to trace back. No, I have not tried. I am just saying what is mentioned there. Tracing back thoughts and taking it all the way back to the origin, from where that thought is rising. There, if sadhaka can have samadhi, it is said memory of past birth will come. But here, what it means is, any sorrow which we are unable to take out on our own, devotion has that power to take it out for us. Sometimes in other religions, they have confession, right? Our religion's confession is with Bhagwan directly. Whatever is the thing that is bothering this sadhaka, he can open-heartedly, wholeheartedly share it with Bhagwan. What is the Phalashruti? Janama janama ke dukha bisarave. It means not trying to cut any corners or trying to hide anything from the Lord. If some mistake has happened, sadhaka says, Bhagwan, I accept this mistake. Please bless me in such a way I don't commit it again, and bring me out of this now. Antakala Raghubarapura Jai. This particular verse is talking about Punarjanma. That sadhaka who has faith in God, he is not concerned about dropping this physical body. Means he has lived a devoted life, done his sadhanas well. And when the time comes of giving up this physical body, he is least concerned about giving it up. Ishavasya Upanishad, there is one mantra. When this sadhaka, upasaka, is towards the end of his life, Vayuranilam amrutham athedam bhasmantagam shariram kratosmara krutam smara kratosmara krutam smara. He is seeing all elements are folding back. Sense organs are becoming weak. And he reminds himself that this body is bhasmantagam shariram. It is meant to perish. It's a fact of life. But he says, Karato smara, remember the Lord. Krutam smara, remember that daily sadhana you have done. Devotion to the Lord, whatever you have practiced, remember everything. If you remember all of that, then fear of giving up this body should go away. Why is it? He says giving up this body is just like having a transfer. When somebody gets transferred from one office to another office, he says people there, they will feel, oh, we worked together for so long, we were here. But this person is getting transfer with promotion, going to a better place, so that sadhaka feels he is going to a better world. From that world, this sharira will look like bondage. The best example for this is Bhishmacharya. If you look at Bhishmacharya towards the end of Mahabharata, lying on a bed of arrows. But who was Bhishma? Prabhasa. He was a Devata, and Devata Sharira is much more greater than Manushya Sharira. There is no affliction of disease, no hunger and thirst like human Sharira feels. That is the sadhaka's mind. He has overcome the fear of death by living a devoted life. Upasana phalam is that. The result of upasana is removal of all fear from life. One Mahatmaji would say, there are only two causes of fear. Akartavya ka karna or kartavya ka na karna. What we should not have done, that we did. And what we should have done, that we did not do. It's only two reasons which will bring fear in life. In simple example you take, if I have to appear for an exam, I should have studied, I did not study. I shouldn't have gone to a movie, I went to a movie. So you do both these two things, or either one of these two things, it will bring fear. Now look at life as a whole. I should have been a devoted sadhaka if somebody did not do that. And every adharmic thought, every adharmic action, one should have stayed away from. And for whatever reason, he ended up doing all of that. It says both these two things, or either one of these two things, will bring fear. So this sadhaka is somebody who has lived a very good life. Look at his confidence. Antakala Raghubarapura Jai. He says, now Antakala has come, but I am going to Raghubarapura. Saketa Loka. Jaha Janma Hari Bhakta Kahai. Even there people will know him as a devotee. Now this thinking might be very new for us, because we generally think only of this world. Means Janma also here, perishing also in this world. Before going to absolute moksha, Our scriptures say we should have faith in moksha from other world standpoint. Person who doesn't believe in Swarga, person who doesn't believe in other worlds mentioned by scriptures, it will be difficult for that person to believe in Mahavakya. Because it is the same Veda. One part of Veda is talking about Paraloka. You say, what Paraloka? Whatever they say, I don't believe in. Same Veda will talk about Jnanam or Mahavakya. So how will we have that faith in Mahavakya? So this sadhaka is somebody who has trained his mind to think in that way. Not that he is striving to go to other world. Swarga, Brahmaloka, he is not striving to go there. But in his mind he knows there is not only this world, there are also other worlds. Actually, there is no way to prove it, nor any other way to refute it. To prove it, what do we have to do? Somebody has to go there and see. The only pramana is Shastra pramana. The one who has faith in scriptures, that person will get an insight. Even in that world, he is recognized as a devotee of the Lord. Jahan jai Hari Bhakta kahai. 35-36 together. Aur devata chetan dharai, Hanuman se sarva sukha karai, संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा, जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा. This verse is talking about commitment to one Ista Devata. Aura Devata Chittana Dharai. So once you have held on to Hanumanji, you don't have to go anywhere else. Now what it means is holding on to whichever Ista Devata we have. Because Sambandha, relationship, will deepen only we have one. Only when we have one. We say, right, this is my best friend. Best friend cannot be 15 of them at the same time. You say one will be there with whom we have Vishesha Sambandha. And actually that commitment itself has brought that emotion of closeness. Like that with Ishta Devata, it is said hold on to one. And one Ishta Devata is powerful to bring everything that we are seeking. Otherwise what happens is, if somebody has Ishta Devata as Saraswati ji, when it comes to knowledge, they'll go to Saraswati Devi. But if they want something at health-wise, resources-wise, it is Saraswati ji is Devata of knowledge. I don't know if wealth and resources, she is powerful enough to bless. So much so that the commitment is so strong, even if he sees another form, that devotee sees same Ishta Devata in that form. It is said Hanumanji is Chiranjeevi. When Bhagwan Krishna took avatar, he wanted to give darshan to Hanumanji. And he goes to that place where Hanumanji was there. Balramji tells Bhagwan Krishna, he will not recognize you like this. You have to go with Dhanush Bana, peacock feather and all, flute. He will not connect. You remember that story of Guru Arjan Dev Ji? Bhai Karam, he wanted darshan of his guru in the original guru's form. In front of his eyes, he has different guru. But in his mind, his shraddha is towards one. And that Ekanishtha rewards that sadhaka. That feeling of support in the Lord comes when he takes surrender at one form of the Lord. Hanumata sei sarva sukha karai. Hold on to Hanumanji. Everything that we want will be brought to us. We don't have to ask different things to different people. And Bhagwan gives in such a way. He gives bhukti also. He gives mukti also. Guru Stotram we chant that, right? Bhukti mukti pradatacha tasmai shri gurave namaha. Meaning for material prosperity, for worldly concerns, he can also take support of same Bhagwan. And for spiritual pursuit, he seeks support in the same Lord. That is the meaning of this line. Hanumata sei sarva sukha karai. Sankata katai mitai sabapira. Whenever difficulty comes for a devotee, he never feels he is alone. Sometimes when you work in a team, it becomes easier to go through challenges. Right? Something you did as a team and things did not work out. Then we say, we'll go through this together. Like that, this devotee feels every challenge that comes, there is somebody else who is with me. So that sankat doesn't appear as big for him. Sankata katai mitai sabapira, jo sumirai hanumata balabira. He is able to think very clearly because his mind is remembering Hanumanji. Next three we will chant together. Jai 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 Hanuman Gosai. Krupa karahu Gurudev ki nai. Jo sat bar paath kar koi. Chhotahi bandi maha sukha hoi. Jo yah padhe Hanuman Chalisa. Hoya siddhi sakhi gauri sa. Whenever we do Jai Jaikara, what it means is, whosoever Jai Jaikar we are doing, may their teaching, may their qualities be victorious in us. Jai 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 Hanumana Gosai. All the qualities about knowledge, all the qualities about devotion, and all the qualities about dharma. Whatever is seen in Hanumanji, may those be victorious. It is already victorious in Hanumanji. May they be victorious in the sadhaka also. Gosai means one who is a master of, one who has mastered sense organs. Go is sense organs, Sai is master. Jai 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 Hanumana Gosai. Krupa karahu Gurudeva kinai. This is Hanumanji. Please have your grace showered upon all of us all the time. What is the example given? Just like teacher showers the grace on the student. Means in spite of committing so many mistakes, in spite of not listening to what the teacher wanted the student to do, still that grace continues. It is like that, may your grace be upon all of us. You know, grace is such an elaborate topic. More we keep thinking upon it, different facets open up. One of the most important form of grace is in creating desire for self-knowledge. If you want to make it simpler, if that thought comes that I have to change my current way of living and strive for something better, that is one sign of God's grace. If some sadhaka starts bringing about some change in life, if he is able to sustain that change, that is second sign of God's grace. And third, if he's feeling peace in his heart, not because anything has changed in the world, but because he's able to hold on to this new knowledge, new routine, that is third form of God's grace. Amba tvam anusandadhami Bhagavad Gita bhavadveshinim. Today is Mother's Day. So Bhagavad Gita is said to be mother of a sadhaka. If her grace is there, by reading Bhagavad Gita, one will be inspired to change current way of living. By reading Bhagavad Gita, he'll be inspired to actively take up some practice. It is very much possible that somebody is inspired but never ends up taking anything as a concrete step. But that sustenance is also needed, and we have to feel that there is some light at the end of the tunnel. Means some joy also should come through that practice. That person should be more cheerful than what he was before. Otherwise, what is the point, He says that is third grace of Mother Bhagavad Gita. Through this, what happens? Bhavadveshinim. All samsara gets destroyed through her grace. Krupa karahu Gurudeva ki nai. Hanumanji, may your grace be there upon us. Jo satabara pata kara koi. Recently in one satsang, they used to chant Hanuman Chalisa. Instead of chanting Jo satabara, the person chanted Jo shatabara. Shata means a fool. But both meanings are right. If an ignorant person chants it, that person also is blessed with Hanumanji's grace. Satabara literally means 100 times. What it is referring to is Anushtana. Means if there are times when there is something that we want to happen in life, it is said we can take this sankalpa of chanting Hanuman Chalisa 100 times. On our own, On our own. Jo satabara patakara koi, chhutahi bandi mahasukha hoi. Whatever trouble is there, bandhana is there. That gets removed from that sadhaka's life. Provided we do it with lot of faith. There was an article I had read. It was a conversation between Udiya Babaji and Karpatiji Maharaj. Both great Mahatmas, both of them having so much faith in Vedas. And their discussion was, in Vedas it is said, if you do one yajna, rain will come. And so many things are promised. But it looks like in today's world, the efficacy of these results are going down. And their final conclusion was, it is not only about the action. It also depends upon the person doing that action. Means purity of sadhakas have gone down. With that, the phalashruti also will change. So whichever phalashruti we are seeking here, what it demands is lot of faith while doing that thing. Chhutahi bandi mahasukha hui. Jo yaha pade Hanuman Chalisa. The one who is reading this Hanuman Chalisa. Hoya siddhi sakhi gaurisa. Whatever promises are given in Hanuman Chalisa, the witness for all of that, one who can vouch for all the phalashruti, that is Lord Shiva. Sakhi means Sakshi. Witness is Lord Shiva. Gaurisa. The Lord of Gauri, Lord Shiva, he is the witness of all the phalashruti. Means Hanuman Chalisa is not a poetry. It is something which has phalashruti. It's a divine composition. Any text which has phalashruti, that is the main indication there. Means it is not a composition of a human intellect. It is divinity expressing through a human intellect, but it is not composed by an individual. No poetry we see having phalashruti, right? If a poet composes a poem, It doesn't say read it 3 times, you'll go to this world. Read it 5 times, you'll go to somewhere else. Ramcharitmanas, Goswamiji says, is not my composition. It came in the mind of Lord Shiva. Then it came through Guru Parampara. My teacher taught me that, and I did not pay attention. So now I'm composing this by gathering so many Ramayanas so that I will get clarity in this knowledge. But that is humility of Goswamiji. What he wants to say there is, this particular composition, Ramcharitmanas, is not composition of a jiva. Vedas, for that matter, we say, is not composed by a rishi. Apaurusheya is Veda. So everything else which falls in the same category, we say that is inspired by the Lord. Saddarshanam, one of the last verses, Amanusha Shri Ramaniya Vagmi. Amanusha means Apaurusheya. Says Bhagwan composed Saddarshanam, that also is a incorrect way of saying it. He said it is Amanushi. Bhagwan's words are not product of human intellection. It's divinity expressing through that intellect. Hoya siddhi sakhi gaurisa. Sometimes people feel 100 times is a lot. Jo sat bar paठ कर सोई. So they say, Jo 7 bar paठ कर सोई. Chant it 7 times, you will get the result. But actually, Sakrudapi yena murari samarcha. Bhajagovindam, what did Bhagwan say? Even if once we can sincerely turn the mind towards the Lord, Sakrudapi, kriyate tasya yamena na charcha. Yamaraja doesn't talk about that person. So it is not important Sat bar or Sat bar. What is more important is how sincerely our mind turned towards the Lord. Last one. Tulasi das sada hari chera. Tulasi das sada hari chera. Ki jai nath hrudaya mahadera. Pavanatanya sankata harana Mangala Murati Rupa Rama Lakhana Sita Sahita Rudaya Basahu Surabhupa Syavar Ramachandra ki jai Pavan Sutta Hanuman ki jai Umapati Mahadeva ki jai Bolo Bhai Sab Santan ki jai Shri Satgurunath Maharaj ki jai. Tulasi Das Sada Hari Chera. I am the eternal Dasa of Hanumanji, of Bhagwan Rama. My name is Tulasi Dasa. Dasa word, if it comes in the name, it just beautifies it. There is one Mahatma Ji, his name is Ramasukha Dasa. Means that Dasa who gave Sukha to Bhagwan Rama. Ramasukha Dasa. Or that Dasa who revels in the Sukham, which is Rama. Both meanings are there. That is this devotee. Kije Nath Hrudaya Mahadera. Says Bhagwan, you were searching for a home, right? 14 places that Bhagwan was searching for in Ramcharitmanas. Says, my heart is available. I don't have any other goals, nothing else to seek. Come and make this your permanent home. Kije Nath Hrudaya Mahadera. Dera means stay here forever. Nobody will tell you to vacate. No other priorities for me. Pavanatanaya Sankataharana, the son of Pavan Devata. What is his main role? To remove difficulties, obstacles from our life. You remember that mantra? Mangala Murati Maruta Nandana Sakala Amangala Moola Nikandana. One who removes all kinds of inauspiciousness from our life. Mangala Murati Rupa, who is the embodiment of auspiciousness. Rama Lakhana Sita Sahita. Hrudaya Basahu Surabhupa. Please come and reside in my heart with Bhagwan Rama, who symbolizes knowledge. With Lakshmanji, who symbolizes Vairagya. And Sita ji, which symbolizes peace. In his transaction, there is devotion, there is dharma, because of which his mind is at peace. And in his intellect, he has knowledge, by which he knows he is not this mind, he is not this intellect. His nature is Nirdosham hi samam brahma. Today morning we saw it. The thing which is equanimous is Brahma only. In that Brahma, he revels. That is this sadhaka. All of it was brought to him by Hanumanji's grace. We'll chant the first 2 Chaupayis, first 2 Dohas. As a reminder, you have to keep studying Hanuman Chalisa over and over again. Shri Guru Charana Saroj Raj Nij Manu Mukhur Sudhari Baranau Raghubar Bimal Jaso Jodayak Phalachari Buddhihina Tanu Janike Sumirau Pavana Kumar Bala Buddhi Vidya Dehu Muhi Harahu Kale Sabikar Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama 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 Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.